Hey, it's Triple J here from Buddy Automotive Innovations, here to show you why BidBuddy is the most comprehensive buying tool in the industry. A little bit about Buddy Automotive. We were founded in 2003. My partner Mike Lambert and myself both worked in salvage yards for most of our adult lives before we created Buddy. Mike actually worked for ADP Hollander as their top field installer for 8 years. There's over 50 years of combined experience in the industry between the two of us. We work well with others, we maintain neutral, and love to work with anyone in the industry to create better products for everyone. And our customers love our support. Our support session surveys consistently average above 4.9 out of 5 possible stars. So people love our support team, and they do a great job for us. Some unique features about BidBuddy we're going to talk about today. A one-click download, import, and evaluation of all the sale lists from the auctions. Every vehicle is automatically ranked by the best chance for the quickest turn to make you more money. Our auction parts and pricing service, the apps, allows you to share data with your recycling buddies. This is great to help you buy parts that you don't have or your buddies need. Global reruns show you how many times this car has been at auction. It also shows you if a car has been fixed or it's been moving around, if they've been trying to get a better deal on it. We have new triple score technology, which allows you to evaluate a vehicle 3 different ways all at the same time. A demand is calculated for each individual interchange number, not by some generic ratio used on every part. We have third-party integrations from IA Data Service to COP9, NSVRP recalls, APU solutions, URG cores, and integration with our inventory buddy as well. And enough talking about slides, let's see it in action. How about that? So switch over to BidBuddy here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is doing a new auction. So we're going to start a new auction. And right away we're going to see this is the list of upcoming auctions that I normally attend. And on the second tab here, we can see a list of all the auctions that our apps service already has pre-processed for us, sorted by states. So you can just check off where you like to go. We even have some Australian auctions right now from our Australian buddies from down under. Check off the ones you go to, hit save, and then hit load. And here we go. So we've got, got a South Boston Copart auction coming up next Monday. So I'll go ahead and click on that and then say evaluate checked auctions. So there's 292 vehicles at that auction. It's downloading all the information from that auction and it's processing it against our BidBuddy database that's local to you at your yard. And that has individual demand information on every single part that's out there. And it's going to give you an automatic listing, just like that, of which car to go look at first. So, this automatically sorted by the QCI Score 2. So this 300 is the best car as far as that goes. Now, the 3 different triple score technologies, that's where we have this red, white, and blue QCI scoring. That's to give you 3 different ways to evaluate the vehicle. I have mine set up that the red is all the parts for the car, where the white is mechanical parts only, and the blue would be your body parts only. Gives you a little bit of an inside view on how, if you wanted to look at a car differently, to see if it was better or not. The other great thing right here off the top here is these colored columns here. This is talking about those reruns. So if I sort this by reruns, we've got the Savannah van has been at auction 24 different times and 3 different lot numbers. So that means this has changed hands 3 different times. So if I go ahead and right click on this and say view global rerun listing, this is all the times we have in our database this vehicle has been up for auction. And anytime you see yellow, that means that piece of data changed from the week before. Now Copart, we know, likes to do these Eastern region recap sales once a week. So those ones don't really count. But we can see there was a gap in here in time, and the lot number changed, which also means that changed owners. And the same with down here, where it was bought the first time was that sale, and then went back out as a new sale. We can even view the pictures from way back when, and this will load up the pictures from back when it was first offered for sale in our records. We've caught vehicles where they were missing. We had an actual vehicle that was missing the front end. There was no engine, nothing in the engine compartment at all. There was no sheet metal on the very front nose. And when it was relisted for sale, it was all there. So obviously they tried to fix the car and weren't able to fully fix it. So You know, sometimes we've seen just putting lipstick on a pig kind of things, or they fixed one or two parts trying to get more money out of it. So this is going to really help you determine, if a car is worse than it really looks. We've had some very good feedback on this saving it. So the first number is going to be the number of times we've seen this VIN number for sale. And the second column is the number of different lot numbers on it, which usually indicates it changed hands. Someone bought it and now it's been resold, or they're trying to resell it again. So let's go ahead and look at, actually I wanted to look at, let's look at this '09 Altima, for instance. We'll look at the rerun real quick on it just for giggles. Wow, look at this one. So we've got, one's at TRA about a year ago, and then it went to Copart. Let's see if there's been any changes to it. And the pictures, no pictures. That's right, TRA doesn't have pictures for us, unfortunately. But got some side impact damage there, it looks like. And let's look at this BMW. Let's see what's going on with that one. Went from Mannheim to Copart. Maybe just trying a different this Mustang. Wow, look at this one. So we went from Fort Myers, Florida to Boston. Only about 5,000 miles in between, in about a year's worth of time. So I can see the pictures from IAA when this car was purchased down in Florida. I think there was some front end potential damage there under the hood, possibly. And if we look at up in Boston now, looks even worse than it did before. So looks like it's been through a little bit of a beating there. So those are great features for you. All right, and let's go ahead and open up this Altima. Okay, so we can look at the engine assembly. Let's look at the engine for us. I'm going to say good, and the interchange, hybrid or not hybrid, fourth digit is an A, and we'll say it's federal emissions or California. Let's do California because there's more data there. I'm going to show the detail of that choice. So here we go. We've got 36 quantity on hand. That's not exactly true. Only 9 of those I have in the yard. 27 of them my apps partners have. So with their apps service, the auction parts and pricing service, all of the buddies, all the other yards I work with or feel comfortable with, have agreements with, we're sharing our data back and forth. And I can kind of treat their inventory as my inventory. Because if I know I can get their parts in a day, then I can just sell their parts and be done with it. I want to look for parts. This allows you to buy parts that no one has, but none of your trading partners have, to give you quicker turns. And it adds all of their history in as well. So I can see my actual parts on hand. Then I can see my buddies' actual parts that they have out available to me. I can also see how they price this interchange number, and I can see how many lookups they've had as well. So there's quite a bit of great information on here. We actually have 19 different price sources as well to try and get you the best price. Obviously, an average sales price is always the best, and then your standard wholesale, standard retail. If you have PowerLink, if you have Pinnacle, you only have one or the other. Previously bids another great price. We have the auction parts and pricing service pricing. We have quoted prices from APU if they're body parts, if you have their service. If we don't have any interchange information on this particular interchange number, we'll average the year, make, models available to give you a ballpark price as well. So we've got lots of different sources to try and give you a price every single time. One thing I didn't talk about too is this recalls button here. So this turned green, which indicates there's no recalls. If it was red, it means there was a recall that we should look into. Same with the VIN service tab. So this red indicates that this vehicle was not available in Comp 9. If it was green, it means the vehicle would be available in Comp 9. So let's take a look at a different vehicle just for giggles. Let's look at this Range Rover, for instance. And see, it says yellow, and then the recalls will turn red or green. It should. Why isn't it? Well, I came up with an error on this particular car. Interesting. Well, that wasn't fun. Let's try the Mustang. There we go. The recalls turned green, so there's no recall. And the VIN turned green, which means that the Comp 9 report is available on it. Automatically downloaded it, and it's nice and easily searchable. Let's say you're looking for a tire size or any information about the tire. It brings the tires to the top there. Wheel. It includes aluminum spare wheel, 4 independent 4-wheel anti-lock brakes. So that's great information there as well. And you'll notice that the 3 different QCI scores show up there as well. And if I go through and mark all these parts as good, throw some bad ones in, our QCI scores change automatically, and our bid summary will change as well. And if I change this from a blue to a red, we'll see our pricing change, and we'll see the suggested bid change. So in this case here, the white, it grayed out all these parts straight through because we're only counting the engine and transmission on the white QCI score. So all the other parts don't count anymore. So we leave them there just in case you want to switch back to a red to include them all. So that's why they're still left there. Pictures are there, as obviously. There's also, I have a second monitor that actually shows those pictures as well. I can also hover over these and see the pictures right there. The vehicle's detail tab will also have additional information from the auction if available. The bid summary tab adds up what the parts are worth, gives you a fluff value as well, gives you a suggested bid price, and you can maintain what was actually bid on the vehicle. Vehicles on hand gives you a listing of the cars of this same body style Mustang you've had in stock, which obviously we haven't on this particular one. So let's look at a different vehicle now. Let's look at the Velociter, see if there's any information on that. Vehicles on hand, we've had 3 of them in stock. So 1 hasn't made a profit yet, hasn't broken even yet, and 2 of them have made some profit. Previous bids, this is all the times this body style Velociter has shown up at auction, and I've looked at it and the status of those bids. There's that rerun history we were talking about before. The data service, this is the ARA data service information just for your reference. Ooh, we've got a red recall. So we've got our 1 recall, and this looks to be on Tire Mobility Kit Direct Battery Connect Harness Update. So this is great for the airbags or other parts that may be safety recalls that you don't want to sell and be responsible for. So those are some of the great features of making a bid in Bid Buddy. I'm just going back here for a second just to see my slide. So we talked about the automatic import of auctions. We've talked about how we automatically ranked all these vehicles to see. So the higher the number is, the better the chance that that car is going to turn faster for you on the QCI scores. We've shown global reruns. We've talked about the auction parts and pricing service. We talked about global reruns. We showed some integrations with IA data service, Comp 9, the recalls. And of course, all these parts will automatically filter into your Bid Buddy. So as the inventory person is inventorying these parts into your system, they automatically get that information, pricing, damages, so we can maintain all that uniformity. So that is it for the presentation here today. If you have any questions, please feel free to call us, 866-337-1177, or email us at sales@buddyai.com. That's it for today, and we thank you so much for watching.